how are you going to tell me what would look right on me? How are you going to tell me what isn't for me? What? No, people opinion. People be talking and nobody want to listen to people. Because, like, unless you're telling me how good I look, I don't want to hear you saying, I miss your locks. Girl, bye. You didn't have to do them. Hey, y'all. Happy Phenomenal Friday. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Obviously, by the title, today we're going to be talking about why I cut my hair. And I have my do-rag on. Let's take that off, because why do I have it on? I don't know. That doesn't help much. Okay. My hair just looks a mess at the moment. No, it doesn't, girl. You look great. It is very gloomy outside today. Like, it's raining. Like, oh. This actually, well, the reason why I cut my hair, I've always had an itch. You know what I'm saying? Like, to just cut my hair, or to just like just do it type thing. When I was in high school, I think it was my senior year at high school, and for prom I was like, I want to do it big. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really, like, I want to change my hair. I ended up just getting like a weave or something in my hair. But I really wanted to do something like really big, and I was like, I really want to do something exciting, like something different, and I really want to do something big. But I ended up just, like I said, doing my weave or whatever. But I really wanted to cut my hair at the time. I was like, I want to do like a cut, like maybe cut like the side of my hair, maybe cut like a little bit of the back, like do like something really cute, maybe dye it. I've always wanted to do that, but I was like, I don't know. I'm not sure. Fast forward to this past semester. I reference months in semesters because I'm in school, so that's just how I think of things. Like, and that's how I've been thinking of things for the last like 4 or 5 years. So it's like semester. So with this past fall, I was going through a lot of changes, and a lot of things were happening, and it seemed like everything was happening fast, but it was a good changes, but I had to adjust to them, basically. So I basically was going through a period. I was going through counseling and a whole bunch of other stuff, and then I was like, I want to cut my hair. I was like, I really want to do it. Like, I'm gonna cut my hair. And I told my friends, and I told my family, and a lot of people thought, they was like, okay. Well, a lot of people didn't really believe me, didn't think I was gonna cut my hair. A lot of people didn't want me to cut my hair because I had locks, and everyone was like, oh my gosh, like, don't cut your locks. I'll get into the story behind the whole locks thing in a second. But I really wanted to cut it, and at the time, I wasn't sure if I was having like a mental breakdown, because you know, like how you be going through stuff, and then you're like, I'm gonna cut my hair, and then you cut your hair, you're like, no, why did I do that? So that's kind of like what I was trying to avoid. So I was like, okay, well, maybe I am going through a little something, and I should just wait a little bit. So I put it off. Back to me having locks. So I had locks, but locks weren't that long. They were like, see when I showed, they were like shoulder length-ish. And I love my locks. I did. Like, people like will say, you didn't love your hair. I'm like, oh no, I loved my hair. I love my locks. The reason I had got my locks was because of quarantine. So like when COVID hit in 2020, and then we all had went home from school, I was bored. I had nothing else to do, and I was thinking, I was like, I should lock my hair. And the one reason I didn't lock my hair is because honestly, the beginning stages are annoying to me. Like, I just felt like, well, the beginning stages, some people call it the ugly stages, but I just like, you know, your journey. So in the beginning parts of my lock journey, it wasn't my favorite. It wasn't something that I'm just like, oh yeah, I can't wait to go through this. So I basically was nervous about that. And I was nervous. I was more so worried about how I would look to others and not what I actually wanted to do or how I look to myself. We can just be 100% real, 100% honest. I was just worried about, what are people going to say? Oh my gosh. Like, people aren't going to think I'm pretty, this, that, and the third. Just thinking about it just Anyway, but yeah, so that was my train of thought. And so I was like, since I'm in the house, I'm with my family, a place where I feel comfortable, I'm like, I'm gonna start my lock journey. And it was crazy because I always felt comfortable with my hair twisted. Like, I remember one time, before I had my locks or whatever, I was at school, I was away at school, and I had took out like some braids or something, and I had put in twist in my hair. And I usually don't like show it around people or anything like that. And so I think one time, like, I took off my hat, and then like someone was like, whoa, like, and I was like, oh my gosh. Or like people will say I look like a little boy, like when I twist my hair, and I did not like that. Like, I'm just like, come on. Like, I don't know. It made me really insecure. A lot of people don't know that, but it made me really insecure at that time. So that's why I never started my lock journey when I was at school. So when we got sent home, I was like, I can do it now. Like, I can have time and stuff like that. So I started it in May, I believe. Yeah, I started it in May. And then, yeah, I just kept going with it, and I kept retwisting it. I took pictures. I was so excited. I was like, can't wait for my locks to be all long. Can't wait for them to be fully locked. I was really, really excited. I think one thing I did do that probably didn't help with my locks, because sometimes there was some that were big, there were some that were small, there were some that were kind of like flattish. When I went back to school in that upcoming fall, after going home for that spring, when I came back to school for that fall, I put in like braids and like fake locks in my hair, because I was like, oh, I don't really want to go to school like that right now. Like, I want to wait. So I put in like braids and fake locks in my hair, and that kind of like, I think it hindered my growth a little. I'm not even sure, but I feel like it did have a part in it, because a lot of the time I felt like that was one of the reasons why my locks weren't able to expand the way I wanted them to. It was because I always kept putting braids and faux locks and stuff like that over my actual hair as it was locking and growing. So I was like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't have done that, but it's okay. But yeah, my whole family has locks. My mom, my dad, my brothers, and my sister, like, and my grandma, and then my aunt and my uncle, like a lot of different people, like, but most of the people in my house, everyone in my household has locks, and they've always had locks, but they didn't always had locks, but everyone finally got locks. So when Lyric finally got locks, they're like, oh my gosh, like, Lyric is, like, joining the team, like, she get the locks and stuff like that. So everyone was really excited. Yeah, so everyone was really excited. And so yeah, so I went through my lock journey. I had my locks for over a year, and then yeah, that brings it back to this past fall semester when I was considering cutting my hair. I was scared to tell people, especially my family, that I was cutting my hair, because I didn't want them to be disappointed, or I didn't want them to feel like or I didn't want them to convince me not to do it. Because if I heard like, oh no, I love your hair, because like, they love my hair, and they're like, oh my gosh, I love your hair, or no, it's okay, like, your hair is fine, or you're just thinking too much, something like that. I didn't want to change my mind, but I also was worried because I didn't want to like disappoint anybody. Going forward, I started just learning more about myself, and just like figuring out who Lyric is, who Lyric wants to be, where she wants to be in her life. And like, through this past fall semester, I have grown so much, and I have learned so much about myself, more than I even thought. Like, it was crazy how much I was learning about myself. And I started thinking, like, we only get this one life. Life is short but long, I feel like. You never know what's gonna happen tomorrow. You never know what's gonna happen in a month, or whatever the case may be. So, like, just do it. And just like have fun and just enjoy it, and whatever you want to do, just do it. And I felt like a lot of the times I didn't do a lot of things, like, besides like cutting my hair. Well, this goes into with me cutting my hair, but a lot of the times when I didn't cut my hair, or I didn't do certain things, was out of fear. So like, me just living in my head and being so afraid to actually go out and do something, or go out and start that business, or start that YouTube channel, or make changes in your life, or just do anything. Like, I felt like I was so afraid to do certain things, and I was just like, and those was most of the reasons why I hadn't done a lot of things, or I didn't go and do things, because I was afraid. Like, fear is terrible. it really like took a hold on me for majority of my life. And I was just scared, and I was just like, I don't know, like, what if I look ugly? Like, what if it doesn't work out? What if people say something about me? And then I immediately, like, when I have those thoughts, like those really like bad thoughts, I was like, oh, but what if this happens? What if it goes wrong? But girl, what if it goes right? What if people talk about me? What if they tell you how great it looks? You know what I mean? And I just had to separate myself from like everyone else and be like, okay, forget what everyone else thinks, forget what everyone else said to you, forget everyone else. Like, pretend like you are the only person on this earth. And Lyric, if you're the only person on this earth, what do you want to do? Like, honestly, truthfully, if you really like, and this could go for anything, like go for y'all, like anything, like if you literally were the only person on this earth, nobody else, it'd be lonely for sure. But if you're the only person on this earth, what would you do? Whatever you want to do. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you would do whatever you want to do. You would go out looking however you want to look. You would say what you want to say. You would go out and do what you want to do. That's what you would do because, like, you're the only person. And so, like, it doesn't matter because there's no one's opinions. There's no one telling you how to dress. No one telling you how to look. There's not a social media standard that you have to live up to. There's not a family standard you have to live up to. There's no one you have to impress. Like, literally, you owe no one anything. And you're just doing what you want to do. So that's how I had to think, and I had to put myself in that space. And then I was like, well, if Lyric was the only person on this earth, Lyric's going to go get her hair. Lyric's going to cut off her locks. Lyric's going to cut her hair, you know, because that's just something she wants to do. And hey, if it looks bad, I'll put on my wig. You know what I mean? But if it looks bad, oh well. Like, hair grows back. And I know I hear people say this all the time. And I see people say this, I'm like, I'm not cutting my hair. Like, but it's just hair. Hair is going to grow back. I find it so weird that people have the tendency to just, y'all, I'm cotton mouth. Anyway, back to what I was saying. I find it weird that people could tell people, oh, don't cut your hair, or don't go natural because it doesn't look right on you, or don't dye your hair because that wouldn't look right on you. Like, ma'am, sir, person, how are you going to tell me what would look right on me? How are you going to tell me what isn't for me? What? Please. No. I've never liked that. Like, so yeah, no. Like, I love, like, just do what you want to do. I find myself at times very impulsive. It's the reason why I cut my hair. So when I did actually cut my locks, I was actually I woke up one day and I was braiding my locks because I was braiding them down. I was going to pin them down because I was going to put my wig on. So as I started to like braid them, I felt it tugging. I felt it hurt. You know what I mean? Like, I just felt like it was just like pain when I just tried to do it. And I was just like, I tried to do one. It hurt. And I was like, and it usually hurt like that before, but some reason it hurt a little different this time. Girl, I said, oh no. I got up. I was like, I grabbed my scissors. And the fact actually, which is so funny, is because I didn't even know where my scissors were. Like, I didn't even have a thought in my head. Like, you know how, like, you're like, okay, like, let me go get the scissors. Like, where are my scissors? I had no thought of that. I got up and just got the scissors. Didn't know where they were, but I found them. I got my scissors. I went in the bathroom, and I just started cutting my hair. And I was like, that's literally how I was looking in the mirror. Like, I was just, like, so shook. I was like, I'm going to cut this. I'm going to cut that. I'm going to cut this. I'm going to cut that. And I just started cutting, and not once did I cry or did I like, no. Like, I didn't do none of that. I felt so relieved to cut my hair, and I lied to you not. Like, I felt so good. Like, it was like a weight lifted off me. Like, you know, you can feel like you can fly. Like, I'm like not lying to you. Like, it just felt like a weight lifted off me, and I felt so good, and I was like, wow. And when I cut it, I was like, dang, I look crazy as hell. Like, I look wild. Like, I look crazy because, like, at the time, like, I didn't go to, like, the barbershop or anything yet. So, like, it was just, I had, like, this much hair. And I just cut it with scissors. And then I think I had to work that day maybe or something. I had went somewhere that day. And I just put my wig cap on, put my wig on, and I just kept it pushing. But I remember when I did it, I had called one of my friends, Sadani. And I called her, and I was like, girl... I flipped the camera over. I showed her my locks in the sink. I said, she says, you're lying. And I was like, girl, no, I did it. And the reason I called her is because she had locks before too. And her locks were really long. Like, her locks were beautiful, very long. I think, I don't want to tell her story. Sorry, Sadani. But, I don't want to tell her story, but basically, like, I think her locks like were coming, like some were falling out or something like that. And so when she cut it, she just like cut it randomly. So I was like, whoa, bro, you're cutting your hair? Like, what's going on? But I loved it on her. And, you know, she had that feeling of like, oh, like, why'd you cut your hair? Or I loved your locks. Or why'd you do this? Why'd you do that? You know, people opinion. People be talking. And nobody want to listen to people. Because, like, unless you're telling me how good I look, I don't want to hear you saying, I miss your locks. Girl, bye. You didn't have to do them. You didn't have to do my locks. You didn't have to go out every day and make sure they look right or get irritated with them when you try to do your hair. You did not have to do my hair. So it's like, if someone says, oh, I miss your locks, or no, you should get your locks back, like, mind your business. Like, that is like grounds for like cutting someone off. Because, like, no, like, say how good I look or don't say nothing at all. I could talk forever. Anyway, so, yeah, so I just cut my hair and I did it, and I went to a barbershop. It was like an all-lady barbershop. I went to an a lady black woman barbershop, and because that was mostly where I felt comfortable, so I went there. I was really nervous, and she just kind of cut my hair down, evened it out for me. And then I actually bought my hair dye. It was like the Dark and Lovely. It was like fade resistant blonde. And I bought it off Amazon, and it just came in the mail because I don't think I felt like going to the store. But I bought it in the box. It came, and I basically had it sitting on my shelf for like maybe a week. Or I remember it was like 3, 4, 5 days. I'm not sure. But it was for a little bit. They were sitting there, and because I was nervous, I was like, man, should I really dye? What if I don't look right? So I went through my whole dyeing process. I dyed it myself. I was like, this is my first time dyeing my hair. But I was like, you know what? If my hair falls out, I'm bald anyway. I don't care. So everyone was shocked, but I'm really, really excited. And I remember I was talking to my aunt and my uncle about cutting my hair and everything. And literally, he was just like, you don't give a damn about nothing. Like, you don't care. Like, you just like, I have never met anyone like you in my life. Like, you just don't care. Like, you gonna go out here and you just gonna do it and don't care what nobody say. And I'm like, wow. Yeah. And that's so crazy that he says that, because coming from a person who always cared what someone thought, or like, oh my God, what they're going to say, what is this person going to do, or stuff like that. Like, I've always cared. I've cared so much about people's opinions and about if someone's going to like it, if they're going to hate it, or whatever the case may be. I just cared entirely way too much. But as, like I said, as me like growing and, you know, becoming more into myself and more of a woman every single day, and like I just been learning so much about myself, and I'm just like kind of like shedding my skin, like just shedding it, like everything old about me, everything that I used to be insecure about, everything that is just like not me or not for me. I literally have just like shedded it off. Like, I'm just like, oh no, like this is uncomfortable. This is uncomfortable. I don't like it. This is not like, I'm growing out of my shell. Like, my old shell, it's in the trash. It's not even in the trash. It's on its way to the dump. Like, it's not even in my possession. It's not even in my space anymore. Like, I don't even have that old shell. I'm currently growing a new shell, and I'm growing my new skin, and it's soft, and it's nice, and it's brown. You know what I mean? And it's spontaneous, and it's real lovely, and it's just everything that I've always wanted it to be. And I'm really just growing into the woman I want to be, and that makes me really, really excited. So yeah, cutting my hair was a huge step for me in the right direction. I am so excited. I'm still excited. Like, just that, the fact that I cut my hair was insane to me, and I'm just so excited. The love I got from cutting my hair is so like, I'm very, very thankful, and I'm very, very happy for that. Not that I needed the love to like validate that I looked good, or to validate that I made the right decision. Like, I don't, like, it doesn't, that stuff really doesn't matter to me. Like, I could say it did. I'm not going to say it's all the way gone, but I can definitely say that it took over a lot of me. Now it just takes over a little bit of me, but we are getting past it. Like, we're getting there. You know what I'm saying? We're in the process. We're journeying along. So yeah, but you know, I do appreciate that, and just literally, I'm going to find the video of myself when I decided to cut my hair. When I cut my hair, I made a video of myself, and I was just like, when I cut it and when I dyed it, I made a video of myself, and I was like, girl, I was so happy, because I was like, I think this was before I showed anyone my dyed hair. So I was so happy about it, and so I'm gonna put that video in here.
My hair, bitch. I went bald. I'm a bald, and I dyed my hair, and you see me, bitch? Do you see me, bitch? I look amazing. Like, I look really, really good, and I'm so thankful.
As you can see, your girl was happy. Like, I felt like I was unstoppable. I've unlocked a new level in the game, this game called life. I really, really did, and it made me so happy. So, yeah. I honestly, when it comes to what I'm going to do next, like, am I just going to grow my hair back? Am I going to get locks again? Am I going to do the whole natural afro? Like, what I'm going to do? I honestly am not 100% sure, you know? Like I said, I'm pretty impulsive when it comes to a lot of stuff. So we shall see what I do next. We shall see. Now that I feel like, I don't know. I just feel like I was like, wow, like this looks really good. Like, I can pull this off. I can pull anything off, like, for sure. So it is not me being arrogant or anything like that. That's just me being, you know, like, confident, and me just being like, oh, I look really good. And that's how everyone should feel about themselves. Like, but yeah, so I don't know what's next. I definitely want to keep the bald look. I don't know. It's cold right now, so my head is cold. I be forgetting that I'm bald, and my little nugget, honey. I be forgetting my hat. Like, I go outside, I say, whew, you know, it's like a little breeze in my back of my neck, and then my head, honey. Ooh, child. It is a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot for me. So I be forgetting I have to bring my hat. But I try to remember now that I have to bring my hat and everything like that. But yeah, other than that, I'm very, very happy with my decision. That is the reason why I cut my hair. I cut my hair because, well, did I even answer the question why I cut my hair? My bad, y'all. You see how I just be talking, man. I just be talking. Well, just to clarify, this is the direct sentence answer. Lyric, me. I cut my hair because I felt like I was starting a new journey in my life. I felt like I was starting a new chapter. I feel like I'm ascending. I feel like I'm ascending to something new, something greater, something bigger than myself. So I'm just like, oh, like, we're making a huge change. Like, I'm ascending. we're gonna have to do something different. Like, something has to come with it. And so me being bald is what came with me coming into the woman I am, into the person I'm going to be in my life. So yeah, it was a part of it. It was a package deal, honey. For real. It was a package deal. So that was the reason why I cut my hair. It's just out of the growth, and for me to actually shed my skin, shed and take off my shell, like I said, because I've grown it. Also, I know a lot of people keep their locks. People have said that. It's like, did you keep your locks? Whatever the case may be. I did not. As soon as I cut them off, I took a picture, and then I threw them in the trash. Now, some people say, my mom told me, she's like, don't do that. You should have burned them. Someone's going to take your hair and they're going to curse you. I don't know about that. I didn't know that was a thing. But girl, by the time she said that, they was in the trash on the way to the dump. So, I have a lot of faith, and I'm not gonna say I don't believe in stuff like that. I don't know what's real and what's not. I don't know, but I